Hello Neverwinter. I was browsing through Facebook the other day and spotted a post in a Neverwinter group asking about Warlock stats. So I decided to make a quick little build video. It's a non-Raptor build, so don't complain please. Yeah, it's just going to showcase some or an example of how you can get your stats up, what you can use to do it. There we go. We're slightly shy of 90s across the board, but still pretty nice. Down to the particulars. I've tried to avoid using anything too exotic. This one's from MOD28, but there are two other versions of this. The Serene Hood, and then maybe that's the only one. Oh wait, no, Goristro's Horns as well, comes from Avernus. I put the Mythalar set on this. This one is particularly good on the Warlock because you can always proc the bonus because we can give ourselves combat advantage. You could switch to something like this set. To fully cap out your accuracy, but obviously that costs a bit of AD if you're not a crafter. And I'm trying to avoid expensive pieces. This is an MTOS ring, a little bit of extra combat advantage damage. This is the chest piece from the Dragon Hunts. It's a really good source of accuracy, which we are very short on in this game. These are some Mastercraft gloves, which would, I don't even know how much these cost these days. I got these a while ago, but it's a good source of crit severity. You could probably move some stuff around to reduce the need for them, but they're nice. This is the power ring. Obviously this is not a Raptor build, so we put this power ring in just to make up some of the difference. The waist for the Mythalar. Now these weapons might be tricky for people to get, but speaking in terms of pure stats, they're very useful. 5% crit strike, 5% crit severity, and they do decent damage. You know, probably not the best damage weapons in the game, but very good stat wise. These might be hard for people to get hold of. These aren't essential though, you can switch these out with whatever you want. The only one that counts for this is the Mythalar. You can get this one in Dragonbone Vale by killing the mini bosses. 5% combat advantage. Really good shit. These pants are from the Dragon Hunts as well. They're not strictly necessary, they're just some of the best action point pants in the game. Obviously replace these with what you got, it might alter your ratings and drop your item level a bit, but it doesn't make a huge difference. These are actually very good on the Warlock because we can generate our daily so fast, and because we don't need to hold on to it really for artifact calls, because our daily lasts 20 seconds anyway, so we've got a lot of leeway there. So even if you do lose the crit severity for a little while, you can get it back very quickly. Yeah, these might be hard for people to get hold of at this level, but they scale, the stats scale with the item level, so you should be getting a similar amount with the lower versions, in theory. These are available from the appointment store, so they're not that difficult to get hold of, but obviously there's a limited supply of them, because it depends on that currency. But yeah, you should be able to get plenty if you do one of the events. Rage of Flames is not necessary, just put it in there to make the build look good. This one's a bit trickier. This one's given over 20 stats, over 20% stats, so yeah, I'm not sure what you do without that one. You might have to think it through a bit. Movement speed is not necessary for this build. I just like movement speed. Our ability points are in intelligence and charisma. That's because intelligence is the damage multiplier for magic based attacks. Charisma for the forte. It's a non-Raptor build, so we do need a little bit more power. You could conceivably switch over to dexterity for the critical severity if you want, but then you'll have to keep an eye on your power again. Powers. Warlocks have a different idea about this. Ask any different Warlocks and you probably get a different answer. General setup is Hellfire Ring, Killing Flames, Blade of Vanquished Armies. For single target, obviously with the AoE you switch it up a bit. But not that much, to be honest, because our AoE and single target are very similar. No Pity, No Mercy. This is to get our soul sparks back faster, very important if you're animation cancelling. It's a bit of a toss up between Deadly Curse and Dust to Dust, so try them both out, see how you feel. That's because if you're stacking damage, then this 5% isn't necessarily giving you 5% because it's on a diminishing returns basis, whereas that will always be 25 magnitude. This is important for this build actually, the ability to summon the Soul Puppet. I'll tell you why in a minute. Yeah. Creeping Death appears to be working now, so very useful to put on. Executioner's Gift, you don't actually get the full benefit until they are incredibly low on HP, so I would go for Creeping Death, to be honest, but whatever you fancy. And we've got this because we do animation cancel, we do utilise this. It does get us good damage. Now, here's where it gets a bit weird. Summoning the Soul Puppet triggers these at-wills. These two. Blessed Advantage and Blessed Resilience. So as we're spamming away on our powers, every time that Soul Puppet is summoned, it has the chance to trigger this one and this one, and presumably anything else that works off a heal, because it's the heal that's doing it. But this is the important one because this is where the power comes. So every time that triggers from you being healed or you summon in your Soul Puppet, you get the heal over time, 6% power, and increased recharge speed. It's probably a bug. Don't know. Yeah, a little bit of power, a little bit of forte. Whatever you want, really. Revive Sickness, always good for running around. Choose Awareness, because that is the most beneficial defensive stat. and power, because again, not a Raptor build. Green Scale Bowman is one of the best single target companions. Its range is phenomenal, it doesn't disengage, and it does good damage. These aren't that expensive. These are in the like 50k AD ones, so we should be able to get those in. There are like these old ones from Avernus. I'm pretty sure they didn't cost anything. Oh no, Sharandar these are from. So Sharandar does these ones, which are pretty decent. Obviously a lower item level, but they are single stat. They can be quite hard to get hold of though. The drop rate's a bit weird on them. Perfect Vision in here. We always prefer one of the non-essential DPS stats in here because it does not have 100% uptime. Okay, we've got 3 damage companions slotted, which is what we want for single target. If you're just doing a run around build like the AoE, you'd switch out the Bateri for something else. Not that you really need to in this build because you're pretty much hitting all your stats anyway. But you could go for something like the Book Imp just to tick that accuracy up to 90%. We're using the Wild Hunt Rider. There's not all that many classes that can utilize this properly. The Rogue can, I believe, because it gets triggered by each hit of its Path of Blades, and obviously the Warlock can throw encounters so fast that this has a greater uptime than on other classes which have slower encounter rotations. We use the Compy over the Deep Crow Egg because sometimes we end up in Chult and then we get double power, so it's all good. I've got Ferocity in here, but you could actually go for power. Yeah, if you went for the 4.5 power, then you'd have higher base power again, or you can just put in anything you want really. But Ferocity for a bit of extra damage. This is the Golden Warhorse. This comes from the event store again. It's got the smoothest animation of any of the single target hits, so that's why that's in there. And I just noticed that isn't upgraded. I probably need to sort that out. But Tunnel Vision, Frog, all good shots. Insignia bonuses. I have just thrown this together, which is why they're all why there's healing insignias in there and all sorts, and why one of them isn't upgraded. Most important thing here stat wise is the critical severity collar, 5% crit save. I mean you can manage without that probably. You'd only be a few percent lower. Warlord's Motivation. Gives you a little bit more damage from your mounts. Put 2 of those in there, just for a little bit extra. Why not Perseverance? Because why not? If you find yourself in an awkward situation that might save your life. Executioner's Covenants, just for a little bit of extra offensive stats. And Tactician's Precision. This is going to allow you to do a full rotation, pop your daily, do another full rotation, use your Soul Scorch, do another full rotation. You can get some really, really nice sort of chain damage going. Alright, that's it. Nice, cheap, cheerful, no Raptor build. Thanks for watching.